Did you know that words have power? That's right. Our language, the words that come out of our mouth carry energy. Not only do they carry energy, but they carry meaning. And meaning assigned to words is often positive or negative. We give a positive or negative connotation to the words that come out of our mouth. So today we're going to talk about how to have more confident communication. So if you would like to feel more confident when you speak, then you can speak more confidently. It's kind of like sometimes we smile when we're happy, and sometimes smiling makes us happy. The two are intertwined. So today we are going to learn how to have more confident communication and in turn feel more confident internally. So if you would like to learn more about how to speak with confidence, keep watching. This video is for you. And while you're at it, like and subscribe so you can get more tips on confidence. All right, today I'm going to show you my top 4 tips on building confidence in the way that you speak. First of all, understand that words have meaning. They carry meaning, they carry energy. Words represent you. And the way you speak about yourself represents the way you feel about yourself. Makes sense, right? So the first thing to do is to stop apologizing. You are a beautiful soul. You are worthy. You don't need to apologize unless it's something that you need to apologize about. For example, I was teaching high school about 7 years ago, and one of my students in 11th grade taught me this valuable lesson. Now, she was constantly late to class. She was always trying to get her life together. She had to catch the bus from across town, and she was coming to my poetry class, which was sort of like an extracurricular class. And so maybe she wasn't at school during the day, but she came later. I don't know. She was always just like really trying hard to get her life together. And she came to class an hour late. And she said, "Guess what I learned, Miss Johnson? Guess what I learned? I learned that you can change the energy of a conversation by not saying sorry for being late. Instead, replacing it with thank you for waiting for me." Replacing I'm so sorry, I was running behind, I have all these things to do, I missed the bus, with thank you for your patience. It has totally different energy to it, right? And I learned this from 11th grade student in high school. I was like, mind blown. This is amazing. Thank you for sharing that with me. That really did change the energy. And that's when I really started thinking about the power of language to represent how you're feeling and to speak with confidence, because there are many things out of her control. She didn't have a driver's license. She couldn't drive. She missed the bus. She was late. So instead of giving all the excuses, showing her unworthiness, instead she showed her worthiness by saying, thank you for waiting for me. No need for all the excuses. Thank you for your patience. And ever since then, I've been using that in my own life. And it's a very positive way to keep the energy high during a conversation rather than bringing yourself down. I'm always late. I'm sorry, I'm always late. I can't get my life together. I don't know what's wrong with me. You see how it quickly spirals down. And just replacing with, I'm sorry for blank, to thank you for your patience or thank you for listening to me, will change the entire view of the conversation. So that's the first one. First one is stop apologizing for things you don't need to apologize for. Now, if it's something major that you need to apologize for, go ahead. But anytime you can thank someone for working with you, instead of saying, I'm so sorry to bother you, say, thank you for your time. I appreciate your time working with me. See how much better that sounds and see how it feels when you say it. So go ahead and practice it. Practice it at home, practice it in the mirror, practice it with your friends and family. See how it feels, and you will already feel yourself going up rather than beating yourself up, getting small. All right. Second is when you are speaking, do not preface yourself by making excuses. So we're not going to apologize. We're not going to make excuses. All right. You might say, this is probably a really stupid idea, but no, don't start your conversation saying this is a stupid idea. You might say, this is a really dumb question, but how do you Don't tell yourself that you're saying a dumb question. There is no such thing as dumb questions. I have said this for so many years teaching my students. There are no dumb questions. Ask the question. Your thoughts are infinite. You have so many thoughts running through your mind. If you can organize your thoughts and be brave enough to ask the question, ask the question. Ask the question. Don't preface your thoughts with, this might be a dumb idea, but, or this might be a silly question, but remember, your thoughts are valuable. Your opinion is valid. I want to hear it. So no more prefacing, no more apologizing. The third one is very important to me, and I've seen amazing results on this one. This one is to keep your word to yourself. That means if you say you're going to do something, do it. If you say you're not going to do it, don't do it. Be true to yourself, and your confidence will rise exponentially. Exponentially. Be true to yourself. Even if you're not talking to anyone else, if you are talking to yourself and you say you're going to do something, do it. When you don't do it, even if someone else isn't involved and nobody else even knows, it brings your confidence down because you don't feel good about not doing it. So keep your word to yourself. Also, the opposite, if you say you're not going to do something and you do it anyway, what are you showing the other person? Somebody asks you to do something you really don't want to do, and you say, well, I'm really busy right now and I have a lot on my plate. But okay, fine, I'll do it for you. You are undervaluing yourself. Even if you say, I'm really busy, I don't have time, I don't think I can do this. If I do it, it's not going to be great. But since you want it, I will do it for you. That means I'm putting my needs down. I am putting your needs ahead of mine. So putting your needs first, creating boundaries, will give you more self-confidence. And then you'll know that you could do your best job at everything you do because you know your limitations. You know that if you take this on, you're not going to do your best work. And you want to do your best work because that's what confident people do. They do their best. They don't try their least, as explained in another video. Last but not least, and actually the most important point, if you remember any of these tips for speaking with confidence today, I want you to remember this: to speak kind words to yourself, in your head or out loud. Always speak kindly about yourself. I have seen so many of my students get frustrated when they don't understand a concept or when they're struggling to get something, and all of a sudden start saying mean things about themselves, like, I'm so dumb, I never get anything right, or why do I always mess things up? I hear this a lot, so I bring it up a lot. It's so important to speak kind words to yourself and to change from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. So instead of saying things like, I can't do this, ask yourself, how can I do this? Instead of saying something like, this is so hard, change it to, I'm learning something new. It makes total difference in your mind and how other people see you. If other people hear you saying things like, well, I'm just like a broken clock, I'm only right twice a day, and that was one of them. I know it's a joke, but what are they going to think? You don't value yourself and you don't think that you're right more than twice a day. So have patience with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Remember to say nice things. Now remember that your brain was programmed by the time you were 6 years old. So would you tell a 6-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old, you're so stupid, you never get anything right? No, of course not. You would say, it's okay, you're still learning. And that's what life is for. It's learning. Have patience with yourself. Have a love for yourself. One of the biggest parts of self-confidence is self-love. Be kind to yourself. Show yourself love. Be patient and understand that all of your programming happened at such a young age that you had no control over it all. So now you are struggling to help your neurons make new pathways. And every time you learn something that is challenging or difficult, new neural pathways are being formed, which makes you smarter, which makes you stronger, which makes you more confident. I used to work with a kindergarten teacher who always taught her students whenever they learned anything new that they were making wrinkles in their brain. And she would do this. And that's how she taught them about making neural pathways and brain plasticity in kindergarten. And the more wrinkles that you had in your brain, the smarter you were. So she was always encouraging her students. They're in kindergarten, so they're learning everything new, not to give up and to keep trying. And if you think about those kids in kindergarten or preschool even, they're so excited to learn. They always want to try anything. They're first to raise their hand no matter what it is. They're ready to paint, color, draw, do any kind of physical activity they've never done before. Bouncing a ball is even something they have to learn how to do. So keep that growth mindset for yourself, even as an adult, and you will see your confidence rise even higher than you thought possible, just by changing your mindset. All right, so in conclusion, the 4 tips are not to apologize, not to preface your speaking, to keep your word to yourself, and to speak kind words about yourself. Let me know how those go. Put it in the comments, and I will also include my link for coaching if you need a cheerleader, because we know that you perform better when someone is cheering you on. I am here for you. I'm here to cheer you on and help you become your most confident, vibrant self that you could possibly be in this life. Stay tuned for more tips, and I will see you next time. Bye.